Pregnancy is not soft. It is not gentle. It is not peaceful. It is not passive. Pregnancy is a biological war fought inside a human body. A war where two living systems negotiate, threaten, defend, and compromise every single day. A new life does not arrive politely. It invades. It rewrites organs, hijacks blood supply, overrides immune defenses, and demands energy at a scale that reshapes bones, chemistry, and identity. And yet, when the war ends well, the result is one of the most extraordinary events in the universe: a human being. To understand how impossible this is, we need to zoom in, very far in, because this story doesn't begin with love, or intention, or joy. It begins with mass death.
Number 1. The most brutal race ever run. The moment conception becomes possible, tens of millions of sperm are released. This is not a journey, it is a slaughter. They are fragile, short-lived, burning through limited fuel. Most will die within minutes, not because they are weak, but because the environment is hostile by design. The female reproductive system is not a welcoming place. It is a fortress, acidic, guarded, actively lethal. The first chamber they enter is chemically deadly. Acid strong enough to kill cells on contact. Millions die instantly. Only those shielded by protective fluid survive long enough to move forward. But survival doesn't mean safety. Next comes a maze. Thick mucus, protein traps, false paths. Many get stuck. Many lose direction. Many run out of energy and simply stop. Immune cells patrol the terrain. Anything that hesitates is consumed. Anything that turns back is destroyed. By the time the survivors reach deeper territory, less than 1 in a million remain. And yet, the system isn't cruel, it's selective. If ovulation is happening, the body quietly changes the rules. Chemical signals appear. The environment softens. Pathways open. Not generosity, optimization. By the time the survivors reach the final chamber, only a few dozen remain. Waiting for them is something enormous.
Number 2. The egg that chooses. The egg is not passive. It is colossal. 10,000 times larger than a sperm cell. Packed with nutrients, loaded with mitochondria, tiny power plants meant to fuel early life. This is not prey. This is a vault. The sperm do not enter the egg. They are evaluated. They attach, they attempt, they fail, until the egg allows one through. The moment that happens, everything changes. The egg shuts down. The gates close. All others are locked out. Two genetic histories merge into one system. This new cell is no longer part of the mother, but it is not independent either. It exists in a dangerous in-between state, a possibility. For days, it divides rapidly. One cell becomes 2, 2 become 4, 4 become dozens, all while drifting toward the uterus, the only place it might survive. But survival is not guaranteed. Most never make it. Number 3. The negotiation for existence. The uterus is not a nursery. It is a checkpoint. The embryo arrives uninvited, unannounced, and genetically foreign. The immune system should destroy it. Often it does. To survive, the embryo must communicate. It releases chemical messages, hormonal signals, molecular pleas. Not words, but biological arguments. I am viable. I am stable. I am worth the cost. The uterus responds. It listens. If the signals are weak, chaotic, or inconsistent, the embryo is rejected. This happens silently, often before the mother ever knows. But if the dialogue is convincing, the uterus allows attachment. This moment is called implantation, and it marks the beginning of real conflict, because now the embryo needs blood. Number 4. Building an organ that shouldn't exist. To survive, the embryo must create something impossible, a temporary organ inside another human, the placenta. This organ does not belong to the mother. It does not belong to the baby. It is a biological middleman. To build it, specialized cells, trophoblasts, multiply aggressively. Some become builders, some become invaders. They drill into uterine tissue, reshape blood vessels, redirect nutrient flow. This process is violent. Cells are destroyed, structures are dismantled, systems are overridden, and yet the mother does not feel pain, because the process is tightly regulated. If the invasion is too aggressive, the immune system intervenes. If it's too weak, the embryo starves. Balance determines survival. Once established, the placenta becomes a fortress, filtering toxins, blocking pathogens, regulating hormones, stealing glucose. Yes, stealing. The placenta releases chemicals that increase blood sugar in the mother, so more energy flows to the fetus. If the demand becomes too high, the mother can develop gestational diabetes. This is not malfunction, it is competition. Number 5. A truce that lasts 9 months. As weeks pass, the embryo becomes a fetus. Organs emerge, bones harden, neural circuits ignite. The fetus grows at an astonishing rate, increasing its mass billions of times. This requires constant negotiation. The mother's body adjusts, blood volume expands, heart output increases, metabolism shifts, immune tolerance rises. The fetus, meanwhile, sends signals to protect itself. Some of its cells even leave the placenta and migrate into the mother's body. They embed in organs. They persist for decades. Long after birth, parts of the child may still live inside the mother. Pregnancy does not end cleanly. It leaves echoes. The most dangerous success story. If you exist, this war ended in a ceasefire. You survived. A lethal race, immune rejection, cellular invasion, metabolic negotiation. You were not only strong, you were chosen. Chosen by chemistry, chosen by compatibility, chosen by balance. Pregnancy is not magic. It is far more impressive than that. It is biology operating at its absolute limit, balancing destruction and creation with no margin for error. A brutal system, a beautiful outcome. Every human life is proof that against impossible odds, cooperation won.